Disappointing result, I suppose. Were you pleased with the performance, especially second half?
Yeah, second half. So I was about to say that. Yeah, definitely second half. I spoke to the boys at half time, and in terms of where we need to be and competing, second balls, working harder than the opposition, and they did that in the first half. But I thought second half we were a lot better. Disappointing to concede that sort of last minute goal, because I thought probably a 1-1 would have probably been a fair result. They were the better team first half. I thought we were the better team second half.
Looked a bit feisty on occasion out there.
Yeah, it was good for a friendly. I quite enjoyed it. I was just chatting to Darren there, saying that it was good. There was a few tackles flying in, and even a few bookings in a friendly. So it was nice to get a really competitive game, and the tempo, especially in that first half, was what we needed. So
you mentioned a booking. I thought it might have been a red card. He certainly arms raised, and my book, that's sending off. Yeah.
I think if it's a league game, I think that probably is, but. I think obviously he's trying to look after the players getting the minutes, and he's decided for a yellow, so got no real problems with that.
Because I've seen managers in the past and referees say you take him off or send him off.
I thought he might have done that. I thought he might have just said, look, just substitute him, so I'm not going to have to give him a red, and that would have probably been the best thing to do. But obviously he's given him a yellow, and he stayed on the pitch. I'm just glad he didn't book Nico as well, because I thought at one point he was going to book Nico as well.
How unfortunate was that goal to concede?
Not unfortunate, because I've just looked at it back, and it was not good enough from our perspective, which I thought we did well in the second half, but little lacks of concentration and a few poor decisions in terms of when to press, and the cover and the shape and the distances weren't what it needed to be. So, if we're going to get little instances like that, this is the time to do it. So it'll give us something to, obviously being down here for the weekend, we're just looking through both goals actually in the change room around the laptop, but we can have a proper look through it tomorrow.
Quality equaliser.
Yeah, it was a great finish from Tommy, to be fair. Bit of a fine for celebrating in a friendly, I reckon. But no, it was a great little finish from Tommy, and it was good initiative from Reece as well in the first place to take a quick free kick.
Because you've got to make that run, you've got to time it, and then deliver it over the top of the goal.
Yeah, he's good at doing that. Tommy's very good at breaking lines and going in behind. He's got really good legs, gets around the park. So yeah, pleased for Tommy. And
I mentioned him again because there was a 35-yarder which the goalkeeper had to tip over.
Yeah, he hit that one well. Obviously, good save from the keeper. And tipped it over. That would have been nice to have seen that nestling in the top of the net.
You didn't use everybody tonight. Is there a reason for that? No Tom Owen Evans. He was on the bench, but not used.
We've got 2 games in 3 days, so we're just trying to look at the minutes that they play. And like I said before, a couple have just got a few little niggly injuries. Tom picked one up in the Cinderford game. That's why he didn't play today. We're hoping he might be able to play a part in Sunday, but again, we won't risk anything at this stage.
Because you've got Pope and Simmons available as well.
Yeah, you probably just saw they were just doing a bit of extra work then, so we'll see where we're at for Sunday with those boys.
Is it a question where not going to train before then, or is there a training session tomorrow as well?
Yeah, there will be a session. How much on-field stuff it will be, because obviously they've got through.
And is that here?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll have a session here, and then got something planned for the afternoon, and obviously something planned for the evening as well.
Can I ask about players that aren't here, trialists that aren't here? Can you give us any background into some of the players that haven't? I mentioned Keon Raffel as one player. What's the background there?
Yeah, and give you an update on that. So made Keon a good offer on Wednesday at training. 9:30 last night. We're just working out the logistics for him to travel this weekend. And then get a phone call this morning saying that he wants to sign for a local sign. So
when you say local, you mean local to him?
Yes, yeah, not to Bideford. Yeah, so no, disappointed because I think that obviously he had a terrible time last year with injury, and like I said, he's been Mr. Positive, and the club have been brilliant in terms of supporting him, and we've obviously got him back in pre-season, and he's played in a few games, and I thought we were there, and then unfortunately this morning we found out that due to a change in job, to be fair to him, and family circumstances, he wants to stay closer to home. So unfortunately he won't be signing for us.
Other trialists as well that have been used in the last couple of games. Update on those?
Do we do like trialist A, B and C, or how do you want me to play that?
Well, obviously there's a trialist at full back, and he's played in every game. He's he's on this tour, put it that way, boot camp, whatever you want to call it.
Never been a boot
he
camp,
looks to be a useful player.
He's not bad, yeah, he's not bad. So we'll just see what happens with that one. But obviously he's played 90 minutes today. So yeah, fingers crossed.
What I'm really saying is, are you disappointed with any of the others that haven't signed?
Oh, like I said, I am disappointed that Keon hasn't signed because I wanted to sign him. I made it really clear that on Wednesday, given that we wanted to just see him get some minutes under his belt after having two, bad injuries and kept him out the whole of last season, I wanted him to be a Hereford player, and unfortunately that hasn't happened. So yeah, I am disappointed with that one.
Okay, thank you very much for your
Thanks,
time.
guys. Cheers.
Liam Bishop came.
You're too cold for this. You can't be doing this. He's shivering and wobbling all over the place. I know, yeah. Everyone's shivering around me, making me feel cold.
Liam Bishop came on again today and played a good role in the second half.
Yeah, I love his tenacity. I think he just doesn't stop working. Shows good quality at times. And yeah, we'll just see. We'll see. Obviously, we've brought him away with us for the weekend, so I think that shows you, our sort of feelings on him, so early on, because he hasn't been with us since the start. He only joined up after about the second or third session, so he's shown real hunger, real desire, and I think he's got some real good qualities.
But in essence, he's still a trialist.
Sorry?
He's still a trialist as such.
Yeah, he's still a trialist as such, yeah. Okay. Thanks, boys. Can't bloody give anything away with you guys.